Let's clear one thing first. Thinking is not the problem. Overthinking is. And the worst part? Most people don't even realize when thinking turns into self-sabotage. Overthinking feels intelligent. It feels responsible. It feels like you're being careful. But in reality, overthinking is just fear wearing a smart outfit. Think about how many times you've replayed conversations in your head. Something you said. Something you didn't say. A decision you haven't made yet. Your brain opens 10 tabs at once and calls it analysis. But nothing actually gets done. Overthinking gives you the illusion of progress without movement. You feel busy mentally, so you assume something productive is happening. But it's like sitting in a parked car with the engine on. A lot of noise, zero distance covered. The brain loves overthinking because it avoids action. Action has consequences. Action includes failure, embarrassment, and uncertainty. Overthinking keeps you safe. You don't fail. You don't succeed either, but your brain prefers that. Ever notice how confident people act fast while anxious people think endlessly? That's not intelligence. That's courage. Overthinking is not deep thinking. Deep thinking leads to clarity. Overthinking leads to paralysis. Here's a simple example. You want to start something new. A project, a habit, a change. Your brain immediately asks, what if it doesn't work? Then, what will people think? Then, am I even good enough? Suddenly, the problem is no longer the task. It's you. Your brain turns small decisions into life or death situations. Choosing a career feels like choosing your entire identity. Sending a message feels like a public speech. One mistake feels permanent, and the brain panics. Overthinking feeds on uncertainty. And modern life is full of uncertainty. Too many choices. Too many opinions. Too much information. So the brain keeps looping, searching for the perfect answer that doesn't exist. The funny part? Most of the things you overthink never happen. And the few that do, you usually handle them just fine. But your brain never remembers that. It remembers fear more clearly than success. Overthinking slowly kills confidence. When you think too much, you trust yourself less. You ask others. You wait for validation. You delay decisions. And the more you delay, the weaker your self-belief becomes. And here's the most dangerous part. Overthinking feels like your personality. You start saying things like, that's just how I am. No, that's how your brain learned to cope. Overthinking doesn't mean you're broken. It means your brain is trying to protect you from pain. But protection without growth becomes a cage. Clarity doesn't come from more thinking. It comes from movement, from doing something imperfectly, from seeing reality instead of imagining it. The moment you act, most overthinking disappears. Not because the problem vanished, but because action shuts down unnecessary noise. Your brain will always offer you thoughts. That's its job. Your job is deciding which ones deserve attention. Because a life lived entirely in your head slowly forgets how to live in the real world.